अस्सलामुअलैकुम स्टूडेंट। आज हम करने जा रहे हैं इंग्लिश 201 से हाईलाइटेड हैंड आउट्स। अगर आप ये रीड कर लेंगे अच्छी तरह तो आपका मिड टर्म का एग्ज़ाम 100% श्योर बिल्कुल अच्छा होगा और आप MCQs को अच्छी तरीके से अटैम्प्ट कर पाएंगे। आप ये देख सकते हैं कि इसमें मैनी इंपॉर्टेंट MC टॉपिक्स और MCQs को हाईलाइट किए गए हैं, लेकिन आपको चाहिए कि आप बस उन पे डिपेंड ना करें जो मैंने हाईलाइट किए हैं। मोस्टली क्विज उनमें से ही होगा। स्टार्ट करते हैं। लेक्चर नंबर 1 से लेकर लेक्चर नंबर 18 मीटर में इंक्लूड होगा। लेक्चर नंबर 1 इंट्रोडक्शन टू बिजनेस एंड टेक्निकल कम्युनिकेशन, लेक्चर आउटलाइन इंट्रोडक्शन टू बिजनेस एंड टेक्निकल कम्युनिकेशन, बुक्स एंड वेबसाइट, मॉड्यूल्स, इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ बिजनेस एंड टेक्निकल communication, types of communication, introduction to business and technical communication. The main objective of the course is to equip the student with skills that will enable them to communicate clearly and concisely in diverse business situations. Written communication will cover planning, structure, and stylistic issues. The student will learn to write memos and letter proposals, short and long reports, and procedure and policy documents. Oral communication section will cover the planning and execution of effective presentation, group behavior planning, and conducting effective meetings. A graph plotted for percentage of hours spent versus the number of people who responded to the survey. Writing well can bring you many personal benefit as well recognition in the form of praise, raises, promotions. Purpose of writing: decreased efficiency, increased frustration. Audience at school: your interaction is only with one person, the instructor. In contrast, at work you will often create communication that will address a wide variety of people with different background. The use they will make of your information, the kind of professional and personal concern they will bring to your presentation. Types of communication: memos, business letter, instruction, project proposal, progress report. Each on the job communication has its own convention. आपको ये मैं बताती चलूँ कि ये जो टाइप्स हैं कम्युनिकेशन की, ये पेपर में मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट है, ये पेपर में आ सकते हैं। और सब्जेक्टिव टाइप में ओनरशिप ऑफ ए राइटर्स वर्क. Ownership of a writer's work is very important. While at school, your communication only belongs to you. At work, however, your communication will belong only partly to you. They will belong to your employer. What you write at work represent not only you but also your department or your employer. Think about what they want from you and why. Think about the way you want to affect them. Think about the ways they will react to what you have to say. Think about them if they were right there in front of you while you talk together. The communication must affect in specific ways the individuals you are addressing. स्टूडेंट, अगर वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगे तो प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को प्रेस करें. You need to remember 3 things. Readers create meaning. Readers' response are shaped by situation. Readers react on a moment by moment basis. Lecture number 2. Effective oral communication is a combination of many skills: outlining and planning, preparing overheads or other display media, rehearsing, delivery, formal and informal oral reports. An oral report may be delivered around a small table with just a few listeners or in a large auditorium to hundreds of people. Formal oral reports are usually prepared well in advance of a presentation and are therefore well rehearsed. Your manner of delivery is extremely important in a formal oral report situation. Formal oral report may follow an outline similar to the part of any formal written report and may be presented to an audience of one piece or to an interested general or a mixed audience in settings such as large auditorium or hall. Informal oral reports are generally characterized by small group setting with a high degree of audience interaction and relaxed manner of delivery and address. Informal oral presentation can foster the free exchange of ideas and can be important for producing action item. Oral presentation in a professional environment generally fall into 2 categories: informative speaking, Persuasive speaking. Informative speaking has audience learning as its primary goal. An informative speech may explain a concept, instruct an audience, demonstrate a process, or describe an event in a professional setting. The informative speech may take many different forms: individual or group report, oral briefing, panel discussion, oral critique. Persuasive speaking is used to influence what an audience thinks or does. Some of the goals of persuasive speaking include to reinforce the attitude, beliefs, and values an audience already holds. Inoculate an audience against counter persuasion, change attitude, motivate an audience to act. Delivery method. There are at least 4 methods for making an oral presentation: extempore, impromptu, memorization, and reading. Extempore. In this method of delivery, the thought is planned before starting to speak, either in a few hurried minutes or in the course of long, elaborate, and exacting preparation, but the exact wording is left to the moment of speaking. The extemporaneous method involves significant effort but results in a degree of quality that tells your audience that you care about them. It requires a detailed laying out of the presentation from beginning to end, doing your homework to fill in your knowledge gaps. The use of 3 multiply 5 cue cards or similar method to jog your memory on this specific and keep your presentation on a track. Impromptu. The impromptu method is characterized by poor organization and incompleteness. It tells the audience that you are indifferent about them. Memorization. The memorization method is risky. You can lose your place or leave something out, and in a panic, you might revert to the impromptu method, resulting in disaster. Reading. The drawback of reading is that when you read your speech, you are communicating with the text instead of the audience. Novice speakers often believe that if they memorize their speech by reading them over and over word for word, they will be able to stand up and deliver the speech verbatim without reading. It's a great idea, but it does not work. And if you practice by reading from a written manuscript, you will become so wedded to the paper that it is virtually impossible to break away from it. You also lose most of expressiveness and engaging body language that makes speeches work in the first place. Preparation for the presentation. Irrespective method of delivery, that the presenter must consider the following parameter in preparing for the presentation: knowledge of the audience, knowledge of subject, use of time, rehearsal, personal appearance, and grooming. Additionally, the preparation and use of visual aid is an important element of any effective presentation. Knowledge of audience. Do not patronize your audience. Neither speak down nor speak up to your audience. How much do they already know about your subject? Know the age level of the audience as well as its member level of educational sophistication and special interest. Tailor your presentation accordingly. Knowledge of the subject. Whether you use notes, manuscript, or strictly memory, you must know your subject well. If gaps exist, fill them up. Use of time and rehearsal. Time limits are to be observed. Even if no time limit is given, you should strive to do just your subject is in as little time as possible, but not at the price of an incomplete presentation. Personal appearance. Your personal appearance affects your credibility. Informal clothing is rarely appropriate for a professional presentation. Pay significant attention to personal grooming. Delivering an oral presentation, a well-planned and well-structured presentation can almost be ineffective because of the bad presentation delivery. Following are important in this regard: poise and enthusiasm, eye contact, use of voice, use of time. Poise and enthusiasm. Be well prepared and strive for muscle control, alert attention, vibrant interest in the subject, and an eagerness to communicate. Avoid distracting mannerisms, but do not stand in a frozen position. Moving about, if not excessive, can accentuate your enthusiasm. Eye contact. During your presentation, try to make eye contact with the most, if possible, every person in the room. Avoid fostering your gazes on your notes, on your charts of screen, or on some points in space above the head of your listener. Use of voice. Do not speak too softly, too fast, or mumble. Your audience must be able to hear what you say, understand what you say. Use of pace. Without adequate preparation, it is easy to become nervous and start rushing through a presentation. Instead, use the pacing established during your many rehearsal. Making formal presentation. The material of your presentation should be concise, to the point, and tell an interesting story. In addition to the obvious things like content and visuals aid, the following are just as important as the audience will be consciously taking them in voice